Good evening and welcome to Sew Granny Sew. Today we're going to make a jelly roll race quilt. Most people use a jelly roll purchased. I used my leftover scraps and cut 2.5-inch strips. They are not all by width of fabric. However, you just sew those together end by end. And then once that is completed, you're going to go ahead and cut that in half. And then go ahead and sew along the one side there. As you can see, it's a 1/4-inch seam allowance on everything in this quilt. But you'll just sew the two strips together. However, you're going to have your end-to-end seams. As you can see, that seam right there underneath the machine. You're going to want to keep those the same way both times you sew, as you'll see here coming up. So once you get to the end and you flip that off, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to match up the other end and sew those two together again, once with a 1/4-inch seam. And you'll see when I start sewing here where I'm telling you to make sure your seam goes the same way on each strip. So it's where it turns from yellow to gray there. You're going to go ahead and line up your fabric and you're going to flip that down the same way it was sewn onto the other strip. So your seams go the same way so it doesn't cause bulk in the back of the quilt. And you're just going to go ahead and get down, so all the way down. This is a monotonous job, but you can do this. A great beginner's quilt, beginner friendly. So you can just going to snip that at the end. Go ahead and finish that. And once you get that done, and then you're going to go ahead and keep your strips as you're sewing them. Keep them all the same way. That makes it a lot easier when you get to the end and have to snip it, so you don't have one longer than the other. They lay nice and flat that way. So you'll just go ahead and you'll line up the edges again, and you'll sew that with the 1/4-inch seam once again. Sometimes they're a little fussy. If you want to stop and iron in between, you certainly could. So just continue on, 1/4-inch seam all the way down, split it in half, bring it back up, and repeat the process. Thank you for viewing, and we'll meet back here tomorrow to finish it up so you can see the finished product. If you like this video, please push the like button, subscribe, and